All right, hello, what's up? It's Gokuma. Welcome to the channel. And tonight we're gonna start playing Silent Hill 2. Because even though we're well past spooky season, but spooky season is never over. It's always spooky season. We always got things coming out. I mean, in about a month from now, like we're gonna have Resident Evil 9. Wish I could say that I'm gonna play it, but I wanted to replay like all the Resident Evils. I played up to Resident Evil 2 remake, for specifically for this run, and and then I also played Code Veronica, and the next game that I was supposed to play was Resident Evil 3 remake. But I haven't got around to that. Like, just I've been distracted in so many different fucking ways. Um, so unfortunately, I won't be playing Resident Evil 9. We've kind of blamed Stellar Blade for that. Stellar Blade, like, just came and just like fucked up like all my plans because of just how much I got into that fucking game. Um, and yeah, it destroyed all my plans because at one point I was gonna like start playing like the Silent Hill games, and then try to get to like Silent Hill F, and then start playing the Resident Evil games. But Stellar Blade was like, nah, I'm gonna consume your life for the next couple months, and that's what happened, and that's what happened. But it's okay. I'm not gonna stress out like over these things. Like I'm just gonna play whatever, play it whenever. I don't really care much for, like there's a few games, and it's like and it shows like how much like these games must really mean to me if I'm going to like fucking play it like at day one. Um, and that doesn't take anything away from any of the other games. Especially especially Resident Evil 9. Like just because like I don't get to it doesn't mean I think any less of it or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not that type of gamer anymore. I'm not that type of person that's like, hey, like let's fucking play shit on like fucking day one. Like, no, I'm not really into that anymore. I just want to play stuff whenever I fucking feel like it, and that's it. You know, um, I see people like, and it's gonna get worse, especially I think in 2026, because I think 2026 is gonna be a pretty big year for gaming. I think last year was pretty good, but I think this year is gonna be pretty insane. With the game releases, and everyone is going to be like trying to play like catch up. They're going to be deciding like, you know they're going to have to choose, one game or the other because they only have so much time. They're going to be glued to their TVs, like, or monitors, trying to play like, every big game that comes out. And here's me just fucking chilling, like not giving into that, um that stress or anything. So, because I think last year, like, I only played two brand new games, meant to play a couple more, but just never happened. Stellar Blade. But it's no big deal. I'm not here to play like the newest games as they come out. The only ones that right now, like, I kind of really care for is Marvel Tokon and Wolverine. Two Marvel games, of course. Um, but no, but those are two games that like I really, really want to play, and I'm looking forward to, and I'll probably play like when they drop. Which reminds me, because as far as Wolverine goes, I need to get back on this Wolverine run because I still have like a few Wolverine games to play. I started the Wolverine run like what, 2, 3 years ago, and then I think the next game I was supposed to play was X-Men Wolverine's Revenge or something. Which was a game that came out for the PS2. It was um the tie-in game for um the X-Men 2 movie. But it had nothing to do with the movie. It was actually like it was its own game that happened to be like, I don't know, in development while like they were doing the X-Men 2 movie, and they just were like, why don't we have it um have it be like the licensed movie game, even though it literally has nothing to do with the movie um at all whatsoever. It's more based on the comics than it is on the fucking movie. So I think the only thing it might have in common with it is I think Patrick Stewart provides the voice of Professor X. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken, but I think he actually does play the voice of Professor X. Other than that, like Wolverine is Mark Hamill. Fucking Wolverine is Mark Hamill. So, but yeah, I gotta go and get into that game. Like, actually, I gotta set that Wolverine run one of these days. So, because I have that, and then I think I have like the whole line of fucking X-Men Origins Wolverine, because there's like Game Boy Advance games of it. Like there's the handheld versions. I think like even the console versions, like between like the PS2 version and like the 360 PS3 versions, like are even different to each other. Like I think fundamentally different. It's not like with the Spider-Man game for PS1. I mean, no, PS1 for Xbox, for the OG Xbox, and the Spider-Man 2 game for the PS2, where it's like they added like a new villain. So if you don't know about that, the Spider-Man movie game, the first one for the original Xbox, had they added Craven the Hunter, and in that particular version of the game. And for Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, they added Morbius. So, but I didn't like when I streamed the Spider-Man games, I didn't play those versions of games because I yeah, I just I didn't care. I didn't need to play it for like one whole new quest or anything. It's the same game. It's the same fucking game. But I think for X-Men Origins Wolverine, the version of the game that came out like on PS2 and the version that came out on like 360 and PS3 is, I think it's supposed to be a little different. Um, so yeah, so yeah. Um, so hopefully one of these days I'll get back on that run, because that Wolverine game is supposed to be coming out in the fall. So by fucking before summertime at the fucking latest, I need to be back on this Wolverine run. Anyways, other than that, yeah, so I was going back and forth between like, okay, should I just stick with the Silent Hill run, or should I just go back, or should I just go and just fucking play Resident Evil and stuff? And ultimately, I decided to go with Silent Hill. I played the first Silent Hill during spooky season, and there's not too many Silent Hill games I'm going to play for this run, especially because I'm eliminating all the fucking games that were developed like outside of Japan. Um, so I'm not, so I'm not playing um, like all the ones that came out after Silent Hill 4 The Room. And yeah, so I'm not playing any of those games through, up until we finally get back to Silent Hill with Silent Hill 2 remake. So anything that came out after Silent Hill 4 The Room but before Silent Hill 2 remake, I ain't fucking playing. Like I'm not playing. um it was a thing that was really going back and forth on, if I should add it to the run or not. And there's like mixed feelings and emotions when it comes to those games. A lot of people hate them, some people actually like them and even stand by it, and I guess that's fine and cool and everything. But to me personally, all the Silent Hills that came out, like from the first one to the second to the third to Silent Hill 4 The Room. Of course, like I really wanted to play all these games. Silent Hill 4 The Room is the only one of the OG PS2 Silent Hill games that I have not played. Um, but I did play the demo for it, and I thought it was kind of cool, and I'm still really interested in playing the game. But any of the Silent Hill games that came out after Silent Hill 4 The Room, no, I see each one of these games and it's like, wow, I do not give a shit. Like there's no interest at all. Like I don't care. And I feel like if I decide to just play them, I'll just be forcing myself to play them instead of having a list of games that I'm authentically interested in playing. So I'm interested in playing the OG Silent Hill 2 again, Silent Hill 3 again, and then finally start Silent Hill 4 The Room, and then we fast forward to now. Because even though, yeah, we've had Silent Hill games in between, um no, no, we're not, I'm not going through those. I just don't want to. I can't bring myself to give a shit. So, um, but yeah. Um, so other than that, I haven't. I think the last time I streamed was, whoa. I sadly left my TV volume really loud. What is this? Oh, this sounds like a fucking bot. Literally driving right now. Yeah, that you sound like a fucking bot. You don't even know how to fucking drive. And if you are driving, like you're saying, like, yeah, whatever. Fucking banning this. That's I've never heard of that prompt before in my life. Um so anyways, yeah, so I think the last time I streamed was maybe, was it Friday? Maybe it was Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday. Because originally I wasn't supposed to stream. But I did because there was like bad weather that day. I was supposed to like be out and about, but um so what ended up happening the last few days was on Saturday night, or not Saturday night, like actually like all day Saturday. So the original plan on Friday was I was going to be driving up to Fukuoka to because I was gonna go to a concert on Saturday. But the weather was like really questionable on Friday. It was like during the day, like it was kind of snowing on and off, and then like on the weather app, it was showing like it was gonna rain and snow and stuff. Ultimately, it did not look that bad at all. Like I probably like could have went, but because of like the uncertainty, I just decided to stay home, and I'll just make it a day trip, and just I would have to leave like early in the morning or something. And that's what I decided to do. So uh so that Saturday morning, got up, got ready, drove all the way um to to Fukuoka, made it to the concert. Like first off, I had to like park pretty far, and I did not realize that whenever there's an event in that area, they up the prices for parking for the day. I did not know that. If I had known that, I probably would have stopped at like, maybe like the town before, and park near there, and then train it there. But I did not know that was a thing. So um so yeah, that was quite like the parking that I had to pay. Rather than that, yeah, so I made it to the place. I was trying to look around for merchandise and stuff, but a lot of it was like already sold out by the time I got there. Like fucking like everything of Maximum the Hormone was gone. And for all the other bands that were there, was like, yeah, they it was like slim pickings, really. So unfortunately, I was unable to get any merch. um I have to try to go like online or something, and get it instead. But yeah, so I made it to the show itself. I got to see a bunch of bands. Some I saw for like the second time. Like Encount and Hey Smith. Um, and then Cold Rain. That was like my first time seeing them, and they were pretty cool. Um, and then there was like some band that was like in between all of this, which is like really weird. Like it was weird to like. Okay, so first off, the group's name was called. I think their name was like Sakura 46 or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I've never heard of them or seen them before in my fucking life. But it was really weird to like go from like Cold Rain to like a Japanese pop idol group. And then when they were done, then we get to Maximum the Hormone. Like, yeah, that was quite the jarring. And they were not that they were bad or anything. Like they were pretty good. But it was pretty jarring to go from Cold Rain to that, and then to Maximum the Hormone. Yeah, so um but yeah, so got to see Maximum the Hormone again. And for the first time I got to see a Man with a Mission, which was like the main reason why I really wanted to go. Um because I wanted that was like one of the bands on the bucket list that I really wanted to see. And fortunately, like I had the opportunity to see them, so I can scratch them off. And now I still have a few bands that I really really want to see live, and hopefully one day I can. I don't know, we'll see what happens. um but yeah, no, but the show itself was really good. Had a good time, like really like enjoyed it. People were really hype um for for each of the bands. um yeah, it was really great. It was a lot of fun. um and then yeah, it finished, that evening. I drove all the way back home. And yeah, had a pretty late night. And yeah, like that was that. Sunday, I didn't get out of bed till late. And then I was playing Avatar with Villainous, but we didn't stream it or anything. Like I was just being lazy. I was like, whatever, I don't give a shit. So, but we did. I did play the game for quite a few hours on that day. Monday I meant to sign on, but I just got caught up in like just taking care of life stuff and cleaning up around the apartment and things like that. But yeah, but now I am here, and pretty soon we're gonna be playing Silent Hill 2. But first, like, all right, so let's talk about Silent Hill 2 for a bit. So Silent Hill 2 came out for originally for the PS2. It was the first Silent Hill game for the PS2. The very first game was for the PS1. Um, for this game, it's it's still the same like vibe and feel, but it's a little different in in the way that like it does its story. The first game, the first and third game is the story is really reliant on like this like being like some cult, like I don't know, like fucking devil worshipping shit. And but the second game is more about Silent Hill being like this, I don't know, like psychological entity and stuff. And the story itself, especially with the main character involved, um it's yeah, it's much more of a psychological story. It's much more of a personal story. And it's for that reason, between that and also just being a fucking Silent Hill game, that for a lot of people, like and arguably, yeah, like this is the best of the Silent Hill games. Like people feel like, yeah, Silent Hill 2 is the best one, like without a doubt. For me personally, it's the third game that I feel like is the best. um but that's not to take anything away from the second game. The second game, like, is a pretty damn great game, and is you know like a great introduction into the essentially like the PS2 trilogy of Silent Hill games. It's like you can't really go much better than Silent Hill 2. This game, just like Silent Hill 1, does have multiple endings, but the way that it handles endings is very different. So I think originally the game had like three endings, and the three endings is, I don't know, it's kind of based on like not really decisions you make, but more on like what you do and how you act. And um all depending, um by the time you get to the end and you beat the game, you'll get like one of three endings. um I don't remember the ending I got back when I did play Silent Hill 2, because I back when I played Silent Hill 2, this was around the time when like it came out for the PS2. So that's like what, like 20 years ago? Like more? More? Might be a little, yeah, I think it's a little over 20 years ago. So I don't quite remember the ending, but I think it, like, I think he drowned himself or something. Like, I don't know. something like that. Maybe I could be completely wrong and making shit up, but just wonder if something like that. But but yeah, so I'm just gonna play the game and not really worry too much about like getting like a certain ending, because from my understanding, like the game does not have a canonical ending. I think maybe like the among the fan base there's probably like a preferred ending, but there's no canonical ending. There's no follow-up to Silent Hill 2. It's just you just have this game and the story. And I think regardless of what ending you get, it kind of just fits with with the game. So it just, yeah, so that's why, for that reason, I'm not gonna really stress about getting certain endings or anything like that. Hold on real quick. I got a message. I need to answer back. Uh, yeah. So so with Silent Hill 2, I'm gonna be playing the director's cut of the game. I did not realize that there was a director's cut game. When I got Silent Hill 2, it was when it first came out. And um when I think when the game came out, like in other countries or something, like they came out with like a director's cut. And in America, they did get a director's cut of the game, but it wasn't straight up called a director's cut. It was just a when when back in the day, when companies, and in this case uh Sony with the PS2, like they would come out with like, the greatest hits version of the game. I say version, but it's norm like 99% of the time, they're the same game, just in a completely different box and in a cheaper price. Letting you know, like, oh, this game is a greatest hits game. But apparently the Silent Hill 2 version of the greatest hits is the director's cut of the game, and I did not know that. I seriously, I did not know that there was a fucking director's cut version of the game. But from my understanding, I think the main game is mostly the same, with the exception of um a couple of new endings that don't really add anything to the game itself, but it's just, I think one of them is like a UFO ending, and I think the other one is like a joke ending. Um, and then it also has a like prequel story about which has to do with I think her name's Maria, maybe. I don't remember, but I think it's the main character's wife or whatever. I think so, but I think it's supposed to take place like before. I don't know. I don't remember anything from Silent Hill 2, but that's okay, cuz yeah, we're gonna start playing it. So let me get myself situated and comfortable. This is right. Director's cut. Let's check out options. I'm sure the brightness level is totally fucking fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Let's go new game. So we have main scenario or scenario. Letter from Silent Heaven. And then sub scenario, born from a wish. Oh, okay. I think that's the thing. So, oh, okay. So it's letting me choose one. I thought maybe it was like gonna be part of the main game. Like at some point it just cuts to this or something. But I don't know. I guess not. I don't know. So I guess we'll play this first because it's supposed to be, before the it's supposed to be before the story starts. Oh, and we have some action. I don't think it matters what difficulty. I'm just gonna pick beginner. I don't like I don't care for having a challenge or anything. I just want to fucking play the game. All right, this additional scenario has been written as a supplement to main game. We recommend that it be played only after completing the main game. Oh. Oh. Well, shit. Well, in that case, we're gonna play it. Technically, I did play the main game like 20 some years ago,
When
but
I woke up, I was all alone. Everyone's gone. Is it because of those monsters? What do I do now? Do I fight and live? Or do those monsters get me?
oh, okay. No, so it's not his
I don't have
girlfriend
any
or whatever.
reason
It's
to
like
go on living.
this girl who looks like his girlfriend.
But I'm scared to die. I'm so afraid of pain. Should I run away? I want to find somebody. I don't like being alone. But is there anyone left alive?
So, yeah, because the problem is that if I finish the game, I'm not gonna want to go back and play this shit. Like I'm gonna want to just move on with my life. So we got revolver bullets, cool. Even though it's unnecessary because we kind of have infinite ammo. Got a health drink. I'm kind of glad that in the Silent Hill games you don't have to worry about like fucking inventory and shit. Okay, that's strafing. Oh, going to. Oh, okay. Alright, I guess that's how we shoot. That goes into the map. How do I... Trying to figure out how to... I was trying to figure out how to, like, zoom in and out of the map. Okay, like that. Alright. I don't know how long this scenario is, but all depending, if it takes like a bit to get through, then, you know, I might just play this, do this, call it a night, and the next time I stream, like start Silent Hill 2, like, legit. I may have to up the brightness on my on the stream. It's like, this game is really dark. It's not that dark in my screen, but for the stream it is. Should I be here? Graphics and controls are way better than in the first one. I mean, you know, of course, as they should be. You know, we jump from you know, like PS2. I mean, from PS1 to PS2. All right, let me double check. Okay, I don't know if I do have infinite ammo or not. Let me take a shot. All right, and then let me check. Nope. Hit the wrong button. Oh no, I don't think I have infinite ammo, so I may not have infinite health. Okay. It might be because, like, this counts as, like, a separate thing. So I kind of wasted ammo. I should have just ran past the thing. Or beat it up with a cleaver. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just running around. I'll have to turn around. These fucking bots, man. Do not like the sound of that. I feel like I should look at a guide because, I don't know. I just feel like I'm just fucking running around. Yeah, so I'm just gonna look at a guide because I don't feel like fucking running around aimlessly or anything. Shows like there was supposed to be 2 boxes. Okay, you know we're just gonna do this. Actually, wait, before I do anything. So I know I don't have infinite ammo, but do I have infinite health? Let's find out. Okay. Well, I guess infinite health works, but infinite ammo doesn't. they need like a billion hits to kill me. Something, I don't know. But anyways, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. Can I not quit out from the main menu? Okay, I guess not. Yeah, that's not freaky at all. Is it dead? I can't attack it. Like, so I'll just keep going and let it, I don't know, run around like a bitch. Didn't I kill you? Oh no, you're another one that showed up. Like mourning the loss of your friend. Oh, okay, there were two things of rubber bullets. Keep hitting. This is gonna be a problem. I'm gonna keep hitting the wrong button to bring up the menu. What's down here? Okay, that was really odd. My computer, I don't know, all of a sudden it just went to sleep mode or something. I don't know why. All right. I'm going to stop the stream really quick and then load it back up. So, just gonna have to give me a bit.